If you look at cancer statistics, one pattern stands out immediately. Skin cancer is extraordinarily common. In fact, it's the most common cancer in many countries, more common than lung, breast, colon, or prostate cancer. This isn't just because people are careless about sun protection, though that's certainly a factor. There are fundamental biological reasons why skin is particularly vulnerable to cancer, and understanding these reasons helps explain why we need to take skin protection so seriously. The first reason is exposure. Your skin is your body's interface with the environment, and unlike internal organs, it's constantly exposed to potential threats. UV radiation reaches your skin directly every time you step outside. No other organ faces such direct, repeated exposure to a known carcinogen. Your lungs are exposed to air, but usually not to concentrated carcinogens unless you smoke or work in specific environments. Your skin gets exposed to UV radiation essentially whenever you're outdoors in daylight. The second major factor is cell division rate. Skin is one of the most actively regenerating tissues in your body. The outer layer of your skin completely turns over roughly every 4 weeks, which requires constant cell division in the deeper layers. This high division rate is necessary to maintain your skin's protective barrier, but it also creates more opportunities for errors. Every time a cell divides, there's a small chance of copying errors in the DNA. The more often cells divide, the more chances for these errors to occur. Combine high division rates with UV damage, and you have a recipe for accumulated mutations. Skin cells also live in a challenging environment in other ways. They face temperature fluctuations, mechanical stress from movement and contact, chemical exposure from substances that touch your skin, and oxidative stress from normal metabolism. All of these factors can contribute to cellular damage beyond just UV exposure. The cells have to maintain themselves and function properly while dealing with this constant barrage of environmental challenges. There's also a structural issue. Skin is thin, especially on areas like your face and hands. There's not much tissue depth to protect the living, dividing cells from environmental threats. When UV radiation hits your skin, it doesn't have to penetrate very far to reach the cells most at risk. Compare this to something like your liver, which is deep inside your body, protected by skin, fat, muscle, and bone. That physical protection matters. Interestingly, despite all these vulnerability factors, skin actually has remarkably good defense and repair systems. The fact that skin cancer develops in only a fraction of people despite universal UV exposure shows how effective these systems usually are. Melanin production, DNA repair, immune surveillance, and programmed cell death all work together to prevent cancer most of the time. But here's the sobering reality. Even with these excellent defenses, when you combine constant exposure, high cell division rates, and repeated UV damage over decades, the protective systems can be overwhelmed. It's a testament to how robust these systems are that skin cancer isn't even more common than it is. But it's also a warning that we shouldn't rely solely on our natural defenses. Just because your body is good at preventing skin cancer doesn't mean you should maximize the challenge it faces. The vulnerability of skin to cancer is really about probability and exposure. More exposure plus more cell divisions equals more chances for the wrong combination of mutations to occur. This is why prevention through reducing UV exposure is so effective. You're not just preventing damage, you're reducing the number of chances for cancer-causing mutations to accumulate in an organ that's already facing substantial natural vulnerability.